So can you give us a brief history of the Theatre Guild?
Well, the Theatre Guild has been running since 1929. Several people in the local area want to put on plays, and they met in each other's homes, and they finally decided to incorporate and become the actual Bellingham Theatre Guild. And they continued to put on lots of little plays each year. They found their first home in the community hall of St. Paul's Church on Walnut Street, and they put on plays there until 1936, by which time they moved down and rented an old mortuary building opposite the museum in downtown Bellingham, and you can still see their sign painted on the back, amazingly enough. And they put plays on there, some very challenging ones, between 1936 and 1944, and all of a sudden they were told by the owners that they needed the place for wartime housing and they had to find a new home. So they gathered money going door to door and raised about $2,400 and purchased the old Congregational church, which in fact in between times had been Four Square Gospel Church belonging to Amy Semple McPherson, the evangelist from Los Angeles. It was in very poor shape. So they gutted the top part, put in a stage, and started doing shows there. And we've been in the same building ever since. It's had major renovations over time. It's an ongoing project because it's an old building, 1904, but in many ways it's superbly situated in downtown Bellingham. We now, over time, the board purchased 7 different lots so that we have property on each side, so room for parking, and we've continued to upgrade as we can. The Guild generally, in the last 40 years, has put on an average of 4 shows a year, usually at least one of which is a musical, and sell a 5-show season ticket. Our season runs from September through June, and we've done different things at different times.
So what were some major struggles that you guys have faced here?
Oh, major struggles are the fact that we have an old building, which was a church and not a theatre. And so we have no fly area, we just have to build scenes. I think one of our major challenges was between 1978 and 1980, we raised $60,000 and built a huge scene shop and other storage on the back of the building. And that made a great deal of difference. Other challenges are at times when the fire marshals have said, whatever you're doing is not working, and so you need to put in sprinkler systems, and so those kinds of things have been major challenges. The board, which is composed of 6 trustees and the officers, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, are responsible for the major running of the theatre, making sure everything works, making basic decision making. Recently, they did everything. They were also doing all of the production things, and they decided we'll never move forward with New Vision unless we separate out all of the production. So the vice president for production and others work on production issues, and they have the responsibility for volunteers, the fundraising, and the general budgeting.
All right. I think that's all we need.